Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Warrior Flow. Pardon my tardiness there. My computer, I think, is still asleep. I'm more awake than my electronics are. So just getting everything ready for us. Give me a moment while I size in, and we'll get started. All right. Well, welcome to Warrior Flow. My name is Leland Holgate, and I am president and founder of Warriors for Life America. And this morning, we're going to be practicing Warrior Flow, which is one of our trauma-informed, resilience-based programs. And this is what we call level 2, or try harder, for our trauma recovery yoga. And this was put together by myself and also with Joyce and Darwin, the co-founders of Trauma Recovery Yoga, in mind as well. And this is a resilience-based yoga. And you may notice a few differences as we practice today from any other form of yoga that you may have practiced. And in this one, we don't play any music, so I micro cue the whole time. Keeps your mind from going to that dark place. And I also continue to remind you of your choice. It's one of the biggest things that's taken away from us. And right now is the perfect example. When we go through something traumatic or something that's challenging or tough, choice is usually that first thing that's usually vacuumed out of your life. So I want you to express your choice as we practice this morning. You go as fast as you want, you go as slow as you want. If you sit on your mat, if you lay back on your mat and you breathe, you are practicing yoga. 95% of yoga is all breath work, and breath is presence. It brings you back to this moment. So allow yourself to just be where you are today and allow yourself to practice as much or as little as you want. Really want to highlight that for you. As we move along, I'm going to be right here modeling for you as well. So if I call something out and maybe you don't know what it is, just take a look at your mat and you can see, or take a look at your screen, you'll see what I'm doing and you can follow along. I'll call out some options as well as we move along. So you can make that choice, whether you want to go into the full expression or maybe just half of it. All right, so we are going to get started here in just about a minute, since my computer was sleepy or more sleepy than I was today. And find a space, if you can, that is quiet, or at least more quiet. I know if you have children, it's not exactly the easiest thing to take that moment by yourself, but it's super, super important for you. And for the biggest part of this is less about the yoga and more about the self-regulation techniques that you're going to hear me calling out throughout our practice. So these were actually created by our co-founders, Joyce and Darwin, and Nicole Anders, who is a doctor of psychology at the VA. So this is all science. We don't speak Sanskrit. This is all logic-based in science. So as we move along, listen for those self-regulation techniques, because you can take them off of the mat. They are brilliant, whether you're sitting in the car, sitting at your office, or you're just out and about and you need to bring yourself back to the moment and maybe soothe the soul just a little bit. All right, so we're going to get started in our cross-leg position. And also, if you have your legs straight, if this is uncomfortable, that's completely fine. Your knees can be bent. Let your sitting bones just connect to the mat here for the moment. And as we move along, I want you to focus on progress, not perfection. That's what yoga is all about. Let your hands just rest on your knees. Now just let your chin fall to your chest. You can get whatever little shifts out and let your shoulders, whatever movement you need to settle yourself into the moment. And while we're sitting here looking down, it sends the signal to our brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. I'd like you to pick out 4 different colors, 4 different shapes. Maybe the color of your skin in comparison to the color of your mat. Maybe the patterns on the floor. maybe the patterns on your mat or clothing. Anything to bring yourself further into this moment. Notice your sitting bones connected to the earth, supported by your mat. Both are always there for you. We're practicing a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Start to notice where you may be holding, where you may be tense, where the breath may be restricted. Come from a place of curiosity, no need to judge. Just allow yourself to notice where you are right now. Honor your space. Now pull your belly button in towards your spine. Really engage the lower intrinsic muscles by restricting the flow of urine. Pull everything in and up. You'll start to feel that area heat up. That is your internal core temperature, your internal furnace heating up. This helps us pull all that mind chatter down away from the brain where it can be burned up and reused for fuel for you. Continue pulling everything in and up. And you'll feel that power building. I want you to realize that power is coming from you. Just another few moments here. Keep everything engaged. Belly button in towards your spine. Lower muscles engaged. And slowly start to release. Now we're going to move into a 3-part breath. So I want you to fill up from the bottom all the way to the top, starting with the belly as you inhale. Big belly, into the chest, into the back of your eyes. Exhale through your chest. Press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest. Press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly, into the chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through the chest, press your belly button into the spine. Come back to your normal breath. Let's scan the body. Just notice where you are now. Forehead released, jaw released, shoulders away from your ear. Hands just gently lying on your knees and a slight separation in your fingers. On your next inhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, left to your left shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Continue to roll around and link your breath to your movement. You move at your pace. This is your mat, your yoga, your rules. You'll hear that popping and cracking. That's just nitrogen leaving the joints. That old stagnant energy cleaned out. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. And give yourself a moment of pause. Let any dizziness subside. That's completely normal. On your next inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Continue to roll around at your pace. Link your breath to your motion. Let that old stagnant energy clear its way out, making way for the new. You may notice it feels different on both sides, and that's completely normal as well. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Take just a moment to pause. Start to blink your eyes open, lift your gaze. Now you can pull your heels in toward your hips so you can roll yourself forward or just move your legs over to the side and make your way onto all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Take your right leg toward the back of the mat, cross it up and over to the left. Keep your hips nice and square, shoulders over your hands. As you inhale, let your chest move forward slightly. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. You'll feel that stretch through the side body on the right side. That's what we're looking for. Keep your hips square with each inhale. Let your chest stay forward. Exhale, look a little further. Your right hip can come out to the right just a bit as well. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Now look down to your hands. Bring your right knee up and back over. Now I don't want you walking in circles, so let's do that other side. Left leg goes back, up and over to the right. Keep your hips nice and square. As you inhale, chest over your shoulders. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Keep your hips nice and square as you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Taking care of the left side body now, letting everything stretch and release, waking the body up. One more breath. Exhale, look a little further. Look down toward your hands. Bring your left knee back to your mat. Tuck your toes and press back to your first downward dog. Hands can be about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. You can also bend at your knees here to take your hamstrings out of the equation, so you can concentrate on a flat, straight back. You can also roll the weight in towards your index finger and thumbs to take pressure off of your wrist. Just let your head relax. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Feel the decompression of the spine. And while we're here, we like to practice the two most powerful words in the universe. I am. Rock those out for whatever that is. I am healthy. I am happy. I am powerful. As you breathe in, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale to heart center, look down to your fingertips. Give yourself that moment. Let the brain realize I am safe. All is well. I am right where I should be. Release. Now we're going to move through some sun salutations. So these are just meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry around with us. Remember your choice on this. If you lay down, sit down, and breathe, you're still practicing yoga. And if I'm going too fast, slow it down. If I'm a slow poke, speed it up for yourself. All right, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am amazing. I am prosperous. I am happy. Reconnect with your breath. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am committed. I am healing. I am growing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And now as you inhale, sit back and down and look past your knees here. See if you can see your toes. You can even roll the weight in towards your heels. And lifting your toes helps you roll the weight back. You can tuck your tailbone. You can also pull your belly button in towards your spine. Now lift your arms up overhead. Let your shoulders drop from your ears. As we're looking up here, this helps clear the fog off of the brain, bringing clarity to the moment. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here again. I am loyal. I am generous. I am giving. As you inhale, right leg up toward the sky. Bend at your knee. Let your heel fall over toward the left. You can look under your left shoulder for a little stability. You'll get a view of a dirty foot. can also lift your right knee up toward the sky, and you'll feel that hip opening. Can't word today. You'll feel that hip opening increase. Right leg now straightens to the sky. As you exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down to the mat. Inhale up for a warrior one. Keep your back leg straight and strong. Bring your hips square to the front of your mat. Left hip forward, right hip back. Your arms come up overhead. And now you sink in towards your front thigh while keeping your back leg straight. I know that's a challenge. I know you're feeling that stretch. So allow yourself to be here. Realize that the hips is where we hold all of our past, all the depression, all the regret. We need to let all of that go. You can bring your hands together. You can look up. Maybe you sink a little lower into your front thigh. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Back knee drops down to the mat. You can keep your back toes tucked or top of your foot into the mat. Completely up to you. As you inhale up to a low lunge. Exhale, let your hips sink forward. Inhale, reach up. Now in between your hands, I'm going to give you a balloon. I want you to picture this balloon. The size, the texture, the color. And now I'm going to give you a big greasy marker, and I want you to write down everything that you want to let go of. All the things that no longer serve you. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe you don't have words for it, so you can write down a number or color associated with that feeling. Mark everything down that you're ready to let go of. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, let it go. Separate your hands and watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be recycled into something beautiful for you. Reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. As you inhale, right leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am prosperous. I am powerful. I am happy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And as we inhale, we're going to sit back and down once again to everybody's favorite pose, chair pose. Arms up overhead. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Just another moment. Focus on your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams once again. I am pleasant. I am happy. I am playful. As you inhale, heels up, or left leg up. And now let your left heel, fall over toward the right. You can look under your right shoulder. You'll notice you have a pair of dirty feet. You can also lift your left knee up toward the sky, increasing that hip stretch. Now as you breathe in, straighten out your left leg. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one. Back leg straight and strong, hips square. Sink in towards your front thigh. Now maybe you bring your hands together. Maybe you look up. Maybe you sink a little lower. As you exhale, let your hands and back knee drop down to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, let your hips dip forward. Inhale, reach up. I'm going to give you another balloon. Picture that size, the texture of it. See it in between your hands, the color. Now I want you to take that same marker. You're going to write down everything you want in your life. All the things you want to experience. All the places you want to go. All the people you want in your life. The feelings you want to feel. Write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms. Watch as it sails away. Smaller and smaller. taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you and those you love. Inhale, reach up. Plant your hands. Left leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams once again. I am loyal. I am committed. I am a little sweaty. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips, send the signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And once again, everybody's favorite, sit yourself back and down for chair pose. Arms come up overhead. Bring your hands to touch. Hands come in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. You can also bring your left arm across your legs and your right hand to your lower back. As we twist here, we're purging those toxins out of our organs. Bring your left knee back in line with your right. Let your hips fall below your heart. As you exhale, press your right hand on your left. Look over your left shoulder. Exhale, fold. Now heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees, let your chest come to your thighs, and wrap your peace fingers and thumbs around your big toes. Let your head just relax. While we're here, we're letting the heart get a break. When the heart is above the head, it doesn't have to work so hard against gravity to pump blood up to the brain, or back to the lungs, or back to the organs. You can be passive here. Just let the heart get the break that it needs. And for those that want to make it active, you can pull with your arms, elbows moving east and west, and straighten out your legs. You'll feel that stretch in your hamstrings. We're also letting those happy hormones build at the tip of our spine. And here in just a moment, you'll see why we call this the Xanax of yoga. Stay in your fold. Release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. And slowly start to take yourself up. Head comes up last. Oh, that really is magical, isn't it? Step your feet back together. As you inhale, sit yourself back and down. Arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Bring your hands in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow outside of your left thigh. Remember, you can bring your right arm across your legs and your left hand to your lower back. Right knee back in line with your left. Sit your hips below your heart. As you exhale, press your left hand onto your right and twist. Purge those toxins. Also taking care of the spine. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees, chest to your thighs. And this time, bring your palms underneath your feet. Big toes tickling your wrist crease. Let your head fall, neck relax. And again, you can make this passive, or if you want to make it active, you pull, elbows starting east and west, and straighten your legs. Whatever we do, whether passive or active, it's just important for the heart to get the break that it needs. We're always walking and sitting and walking and running. This also helps tone the vagus nerve system that we all have. That helps enact that relaxed side of our body. So the more we do this work, the easier it is to bring ourselves back to the moment. Now release your hands, stay in your fold, hands up to your hips, pull your belly button into your spine, and like it's a game to come up last, tick yourself up. Oh, I could do that all day, so we better move on with our practice. Step your feet back together. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am pleasant. I am happy. I am loving. As you inhale, right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. And inhale up to warrior one. Just for a moment. And now we open up to warrior two. Notice I used my back leg. If you need a little extra space, slide your back leg or back foot back. So you can work at keeping a straight back leg. Let your tailbone tuck under. It likes to duck itself out. And maybe sink in towards your front thigh. You can also bring your front knee out towards your pinky toe. You'll feel that hip stretch increase. Look over your right hand. Straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Just another moment here. Opening up the hips, opening up the shoulders, allowing everything to release, allowing everything to go that we don't need anymore. Now straighten up your front leg. Reach for the front of your mat where you can reach no further. Hinge yourself forward. Hand comes to your shin, to your ankle, or to the floor. Just avoid your knee. And as you inhale, reach with your left arm. This helps take care of your spine. Keep your front leg straight and strong. You'll feel that stretch on the inner thigh, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Just another few moments. Focus on your breath. Start to bend into your right thigh. Right elbow comes up to your right thigh. We'll be here for just a moment. Your right fingertips can come down for a really good shoulder opener. For those that want a half bind, your left arm comes behind your back. Open up your shoulder. For those that want the full bind, reach underneath your hips. Keep your shoulders open. Stay into your lunge and twist. Spin your left shoulder open. Look over your left shoulder. And now come back. Left arm up, right elbow to your thigh. As you inhale, come back to your warrior two. Front palm spins up. As you exhale, come back to reverse warrior. Let your right shoulder open as you reach. Sink into your front thigh, and you'll feel that stretch through the side body once again. Back to warrior two. Windmill your hands down to the mat. Right leg moves back, lower down, half push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams. I am healthy. I am happy. I am amazing. As you inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up, warrior one. And now open up to your warrior two. Once again, you can scoot that back leg back a little bit. Keep your tailbone tucked under. Maybe you sink in toward your front thigh. Front knee can come out towards your pinky toes. We look over the left hand. So another few moments here. Allow yourself to focus on your breath. Deep inhales. Deep focused exhales. As you inhale, straighten up your left leg. Reach for the front of the mat. And now hinge yourself forward. Left hand comes to your shin, your ankle, or the floor. As you inhale, reach up with your right. Keep your front leg straight. You'll feel that stretch once again on the inner thigh. Just another few breaths. And now bend in toward your front thigh. Left elbow comes to your thigh. And now for those that want to move further into that shoulder opener, your left hand can come down toward the mat. Right hand comes behind your back. Open your right shoulder up. If you'd like the full, reach underneath. Grab for your right. And keep your shoulder opening to the right. And look over your left or right shoulder. Let yourself come out of the bind. Left elbow up to your left thigh. Come back to your warrior two. Front palm spins up as you exhale. Come back to your reverse warrior. Let your left shoulder open to the left. Sink in toward your front thigh and reach. Come back to warrior two. Windmill your hands down to the mat. Left leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And rock your I ams. I am definitely sweaty. I am happy. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, full. Take a breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms up overhead, palms to touch. Inhale to heart center, look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. All right, so now we're going to bring some balancing into it. So it's important, of course, to have balance in life, both in body and in mind. So we're going to step toward the back of our mat. I want you to remember choice. As we move forward, I'll give you a couple of different options here. It is okay for you to not lift your back leg off of the mat. You're still going to get everything that you need for your body. So please practice choice. Allow yourself to be right where you are. Take a step toward the back of your mat. Arms up overhead, palms come to touch. Take a step forward with your right foot or left foot. I can't right and left today. So your left foot comes forward, back heel comes up. Find your balance. Make whatever shifts that you need to. Keep your front leg straight and strong. Continue to look forward. And now hinge your upper body forward and lift your right leg, forming a letter T with your body. You can also bring your hands in toward heart center. This helps stabilize the position. You can also keep your right toes attached to the mat, and you can play with it, just lifting every now and then. You'll still feel, just like I said, everything that you're getting for all of those stabilizer muscles. Balance is all about logic. So the more we do this work, the more balanced the brain and the body will be. So another few breaths. And slowly lower your right foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift to decompress. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Take a step to the back of your mat once again. Let's do the other side so you're not walking in those funny circles. Feet together, arms up overhead. Now take a step forward with your right foot. Back heel comes up. Make whatever shifts you need to. Get yourself comfortable in that stance. And now hinge your upper body forward parallel to your mat. Lift your left leg up toward the sky. Remember, you can bring your hands in toward heart center. You can also keep your left toes down. Keep your hips nice and square here. The left hip likes to lift up. And you'll feel that action through the back of the glute on the right side, down through the leg. And if you're lifting your left, you also feel this into the left glute. So we're taking care of the hips, taking care of the glutes, all those big muscle groups. Slowly lower your left foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. All right, now step to the front of your mat. Let's take care of some of those bigger muscle groups just a little bit more before we meet the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. And now let your hands come down to heart center just for one more moment. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. Notice how that slows the heart rate slightly, allowing your brain to connect with the body. And release. Hands come to your head now. Take a step back with your left leg, a long step back. Back heel stays spiked up toward the sky. Back leg straight and strong. Arms come up overhead, and you're now in a crescent lunge. You can press your inner thighs toward each other. You'll notice that you can sink a little further in. It also helps bring. Also drop your back knee down here for a little support. So you can just focus on the exhale as you press your right hand onto your left. And once again, twist the purge. Taking care of the spine, taking care of the organ, taking care of you. Your back knee drop down, release. Hands come to the mat. Work your right foot to the outside of your right hand, to the edge of your mat. So your front foot parallel to the side of your mat. You'll let the back foot, the top of the foot, come to the mat. And I know you're feeling that already. For my advanced yogis, we're going to stay here for just a moment. I know for some of us that practice all the time, we like to rush into these poses. It's important to let the body warm into them, let the muscles stretch. And now, while I've been gabbing, we can start to bend at the elbows. And also work your right forearm down to the mat. And if that's there, you can also bring your left forearm down. Focus on your breath. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Check in with that story that we're all running through our mind. Remember that if you focus on the suck, that's all you're going to get. If you focus on that change coming from the challenge, that growth that meets you, then that's what you get. You focus on your breath and send each exhale into that area. You'll notice magically you find more room that you didn't know was there. Continue to breathe. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Slowly work your way back up to your hands. Let your right toes angle out to the right just a bit. Right hand comes up to your right knee. Let your hips fall forward. And now as you exhale, press your right knee away from you, lifting the inside of your right foot off of the mat. Twist your right shoulder open and look over your right shoulder. Notice again, we're taking care of the spine, purging the toxins, as well as opening the front of the left hip flexor and the outside of the right. Just focus on that breath, focus on your story and what you want for your life. Slowly come back to the center. Hands come back to the mat. Work your right foot back in between your hands. Now we're going to move into half splits or full splits. So if you have a full split in your practice, just go ahead and rock that out. For those going into half splits with me, plant your front heel into the mat. Toes come back towards your knee. You're already feeling that. I know you are. Back knee underneath your hips. Back foot, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. I like the top of my foot onto the mat. Fingertips to the mat so you can keep your spine nice and straight, shoulder blades together. And now to increase this stretch, as you inhale, pull your right hip back into its socket, right toes towards your knee, left hip comes forward. You'll feel that stretch increase. We're working across the IT band, through the glutes, also the hamstrings, stretching into the calf a bit as well. Taking care of some of the biggest muscle groups in our body. This helps a lot with insomnia, the more you do poses like this one, or waterfall, which we'll do here in just a bit, because you help stretch those areas out, taking care of the lower back, taking care of the glutes. A happy butt is a happy back. Just another few breaths. Now coming out of this pose carefully, plant your front foot into the mat before you do anything. Tuck your back toes. As you inhale, meet your left with your right, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And bring your hands back to your hips. Let's get that other side now. Take a long step back with your right leg. Back leg straight and strong. Heel spiked up toward the sky. Arms come up overhead. Press your inner thighs in together. And watch as you can sink a little further in toward your crescent lunge. Hands come together overhead. Hands come in toward heart center. Lengthen through your spine on your inhale. Exhale. Twist to your left. Remember, you can drop your back knee down. As you exhale, press your left hand onto your right and look over your left shoulder. Helping build balance in the brain while we also take care of the spine. And once again, purge those toxins. It's like the body's reset button. Now let your back knee come down. Release your hands to the mat. Work your left foot outside of your left hand. Front foot parallel to the side of your mat. And back top foot onto the mat. Oh, I love when the wind chimes come in. Perfect time to focus on something else other than that story that you're running about how it's uncomfortable. Maybe you focus on the beautiful sounds. Maybe you focus on your breath. With each inhale and with each emptying exhale, we start to bend at our elbows. You can also work your left forearm down to the mat. You can bring your right forearm down and check in with the breath. Allow that to be a full breath. Deep inhale. Full emptying exhale. Just continue to focus on your breath, and you can send that breath into that area of the body that's tense. Where we focus and what we focus on, we feel. Slowly work your way back up to your hands. Now bring your left foot in between your hands. We're going to come to our half splits or full splits here. So whatever you're going for yourself, full splits, go for it. Half splits, just like myself, front heel into the mat, back or toes come back toward the knee, and back knee underneath the hips. Fingertips to the mat, shoulder blades together, protect your spine. And now start to pull your left hip and toes back. Right hip comes forward. We're looking for that stretch. We're looking for that challenge. Challenge brings growth. Challenge brings change. All of which we need to survive. Let yourself be here for the moment. Realize that the work that you're doing for you is going to allow you to live a happier, more fulfilled life. Just another couple of breaths. Now coming out of this side a little differently. Plant your front foot into the mat. Bring your left hand inside of your left thigh. Bring your left knee back. And we've made it to the mat. Everybody's favorite. The floor series. Don't mind me while I grab a quick swig. All right, so with this one, I want you to keep in mind this wide leg forward fold. It's not as important to have your legs super wide. If you take them too wide, you notice your hips will roll themselves back. So you can be less wide and still feel the stretch in this. Make sure that your hips are rolled forward, your sitting bones are connected to the mat, knees down toward the mat, toes in towards your knees. And now you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, work your hands down along your shins to your ankles, or maybe you grab for the insides of your feet, just at the pads of the feet. And from here, we're going to check in with our spine. Super important to not round into these poses because then we're not getting the stretch. Sit up nice and tall, shoulder blades come together. Take an inhale to find space. As you exhale, you can pull yourself forward. You'll start to feel that stretch in the inner thigh, also along the glutes. Moving through the back of the legs. Shoulder blades stay together, long, straight spine. You can also pull your belly button in toward your spine. Take an inhale for space. Exhale, find a little more real estate. Just allow yourself to be here. If you want to move further, that's great. If you stay right where you are, like I am, and you just enjoy that stretch, focus on your breath, then you are doing enough. Now surrender to the pose. Just let your hands fall in front of you. Let your chin fall back round slightly. And notice again the forehead relaxed, jaw released, shoulders fallen from the ears. And you're still getting that stretch in a passive sense. Just enjoy all that work that you've done for you. And now slowly start to walk your hands in. Keep your left leg out and bring your right foot to the inside of your right thigh. Or right foot to the inside of your left thigh. If you can bring your right foot to the inside of your right thigh, I am impressed. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand to the outside of your knee. You sit up tall. You can also spin your shoulders square to your left foot. Your right hand is the action hand. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach to the outside of your left shin, your ankle, or grab for the outside of your left foot. Keep your knee down toward the mat. You'll feel that stretch through the back of the leg, as well as the stretch from the right shoulder through the ribs, down through the solar plexus, getting that cross-body stretch. With each inhale, find space. With each exhale, find a little more real estate. Just another few breaths. You can focus on the birds. They're playing in the background. And slowly bring yourself back up. And now bring your right leg back out to the right. And that's right, we're going to switch it off. So left foot comes to the inside of your right thigh. Your right hand outside of the right knee, sit up tall. You can press against your right knee to square your shoulders off to your right foot. Left hand is the action hand now. Take an inhale. As you exhale, work to the outside of your shin, your ankle, to the outside of your right foot. Press your knee down toward the mat. Take an inhale to find space. As you exhale, hinge yourself forward a little further. You can pull with your left arm. You feel that stretch increase. With each breath, find a little space. And then move yourself in a little further if you'd like. And slowly start to release. Bring yourself back up. And now, bring your seat bone or your sitting bones to the mat. Your feet come to the mat. And your hands come behind your hamstrings. Elbows go wide. Start to increase that range between your chest and your knees. You'll feel your core engage. You can lift your legs up, shins parallel to the mat. Keep your elbows wide. This helps promote a long, straight spine. And I know you're feeling that shake. That's exactly what we're looking for. We are shaking that excess energy, that fear loose that we need no longer. It's like a cheetah after it hunts. It's like a chihuahua shaking. That's just them shaking that excess energy free. So they don't have to carry it around with them. Let go of that fear. It serves none of us. Right ankle over your left. Heels come in. Plant your hands. Inhale, lift up to reset. Exhale, lower back down. And come right back to your boat. Whatever that looks like for you, you can keep yourself right here in this half boat. Or maybe you go for the full by straightening out your legs, bringing your arms forward. Your hands can come up. Whatever you want to do for you, just let that shake take place. Let that fear go. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Only exists in the mind. Left ankle over your right, heels come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. And now come back to your boat one more time. Decide where you want to go with this one. Maybe you just straighten the legs. Maybe you just take your arms out. Maybe you stay right here. Fear also stands for face everything and rise. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Excuse me, heels come in. Roll yourself forward or just move your legs over to the side. And we find our way onto all fours once again. Now, we're going to come to standing on our knees. This is one of my favorite mid-body openers. The next two of them are actually. This one will help us open up the shoulders. It's called camel. So knees right under your hips. You can tuck your back toes like I'm doing here. This makes this pose a little more accessible. For those that want the advanced form, you can put the tops of your feet onto the mat. Hands come to your lower back, like you're placing them into your back pockets. Elbows come together. You'll notice your chest shine forward. That's what we're looking for. Let yourself look up. Feel a stretch into the front of your throat. Elbows stay together. Hips stay forward. You can start to let your head fall back if you're comfortable. You can also work your hands back toward your heels. Thumbs out, fingertips in, hips forward, chest lifts. Slowly coming out one hand at a time, hands to your lower back. And now let yourself sit down, hips to your heels, tops of your feet onto the mat, knees together. Just let your hands rest on your thighs. You can soften your eyes or close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. And this one is called Hero's Pose. And for me, it's a perfect reminder that you can't always be a hero, but you can be a champion just by showing up for you. Now slowly start to blink your eyes open. And moving into one of my favorites, this one's called Rabbit. So for this one, if you want, you can also just let your forehead rest, arms move back for a rock pose or child's pose with your knees together. And for those that want to give Rabbit a shot, sit yourself up nice and tall. Your hands come back to your heels. Grab your heels with your thumbs out and your fingertips in toward the center of your feet. Sit up tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, roll your chin to your chest. Roll your forehead down to meet your knees. Bring your heels together. Super important. Pull against your heels. Bring your hips forward. Only slight pressure into the top of your head. Heels together. Pull against your heels. Hips forward. And slowly, hips come down. Head comes up last. Oh, that's one of my favorites. And now we got to decompress the spine. So hands plant, step back to your plank, press back to your downward dog. Remember, you can bend at your knees a little bit so you can focus on straightening your back. Let your head relax. Press your chest to your thighs. Feel the decompression. You can also work your heels down toward the mat or work to straighten your legs for that stretch through the legs. Now we're going to walk our dog left and right. Let your heels settle back down. Right leg up. Now right knee comes to your right wrist, heel just in front of your hips. Back top foot onto the mat. Moving into half pigeon. So let your hips stay nice and square. I know you're feeling it in the right hip flexor already. That's what we're looking for. Again, remember to warm into these poses. No need to storm the beach. When you're ready, hinge yourself forward and down. Your hands can come to the back of your hand, or forehead to the back of your hands. Just focus on keeping your hips square. Avoid rolling to one side. And focus on your breath. Notice that you find more space when you breathe. Just another couple of breaths. Slowly work your way back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes. Press yourself back to your downward dog. And once again, walk your dog out left and right. Left and right. Let your heels settle down, left leg up toward the sky, left knee in toward your left wrist. Let your back knee drop down, top of your back foot onto the mat. Warm your way into this pose just for the moment. Allow yourself to focus on your breath. Deep inhales. Emptying exhales. Hinge yourself forward and down. Hands to the back of your, or forehead to the back of your hands. And check in with your breath. Check in with the story that you're telling yourself. Just another couple of moments. Letting everything stretch through the IT band from the glutes, the hamstrings, the hip flexors. Bring yourself back up to your hands. Sit your left hip down. Swing your right leg around. And now we're going to find our way onto our backs. So all the way down. Once you reach the mat, bring your right knee in toward your chest. Interlock your fingers over your shin. Keep your left heel active into the mat as you pull your right knee outside of your rib cage, like you're pulling it in toward your right armpit. Keep your left shoulder down here. Taking care of our internal organs here, where 75% of our immune system lives. You can stay like this or increase the stretch by bringing your right elbow over your right knee. Feel the pressure in between your right abdomen and your right thigh. Taking care of the ascending colon. Keep your left heel active, left shoulder down. Now keep your knee where it is. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Your right ankle comes up over your knee. Keep your left hand on your left hip so you can keep your left hip and shoulder down. And as you exhale, use your arm strength to pull your knee to the outside of your chest. Keep that 90-degree angle, bottom of your foot facing the sky. Left hip stays down. Focus on your breath. Full, deep inhales and emptying exhales. Release, bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your knees, grab for your elbows. And now pull your knees into your chest. Work your hips back towards your mat. You'll feel the stretch in the front of your hip flexors and also the pressure into your abdomen. Taking care of the transverse and sigmoid colon here. You can rock left and right, giving a little spinal massage. And now release. Keep your left knee. Let your right leg straighten. Keep your right heel active into the mat. Right shoulder down. Hands interlocked over your left shin. Now change that angle. Pull your knee toward the outside of your rib cage, like you're pulling your left knee in toward your armpit. Keep your right heel active, right shoulder down. If you want to increase this stretch, left elbow comes over the left knee, taking care of the descending colon on this side. Keep your knee right where it is. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Ankle comes up over you for that 90-degree angle, bottom of your foot facing the sky. Right hand to your right hip. As you exhale, pull with your arm strength. Left knee comes outside of your left rib cage. Keep your right hip down, right shoulder down. As you exhale, pull your left knee in. Release. Both knees into your chest. Reach the other way for your elbows. Work your lower back down to the mat. Now pull your knees in toward your chest. Moving our way full circle. These are all poses of self-care and self-love. These are great ones to do before you go to bed. If you have any lower back issues, digestive issues, rock these out at least once a day. Release. Once again, keep your right knee, left leg goes down. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Let your right arm come out to the right. Look to your right fingertips. And now as you exhale, let your knee fall to the left. Resetting the spine. And as we lower the knee down just a little bit, you'll feel the IT band engage, coming across the outside of the right hip flexor, from the glutes, moving down through that IT band. This one helps a lot with the lower back as well. A lot of those muscles are so big, they just get so tight from us sitting and walking all the time. Now look up, engage your core, bring your right knee up. Let your right leg straighten, left knee comes in, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Let your left arm come out to the left, look to your left fingertips, and let your knee fall to the right. Remember, check in with the knee. You lower it down just a bit, you feel the IT band engage. Look to the left fingertip. Keep your left shoulder down. And now look up. Engage your core. Bring your left knee back up. Straighten out your legs. Separate your heels about hip distance. Let your toes just fall open. Make any shifts that you need. Get yourself comfy. Let the backs of your hands rest on the floor. Just focus on your breath. Let it become organic. Working our way down through the body. Notice the forehead release, jaw release. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Shoulders melt into the mat. With every breath, your spine becomes heavier and heavier. Your hips sink into the mat. With every breath, your arms and legs become heavy. This is the pose for which we practice. It's a pose of contemplation, of honor, self-respect. Focus on everything that you accomplished today and let everything else fade away. Hold on to those small victories for you. Every small step leads to big leaps. As we move through the rest of our week, remember that the past is history. The future is a mystery. Right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Let yourself be more rooted in the now. Focus and creating in the now. Whatever you do, let whatever you do be enough. You are amazing, powerful, just the way you are. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Make your way onto your favorite side. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your bottom arm up to cradle your head. Knees come into your chest. Let your top hand rest for our fetal position. This is a pose of serenity and peace and security for the body. We lived here for almost 10 months before entering this world. So the body remembers. This is also a pose of nurturing, reminding us that we can give ourselves everything we need because we already have it inside of us. Keep your eyes closed. Press your top hand into the mat. Come back up to your seated pose. Your hands can rest on your knees, or you can bring your hands in toward heart center. Let your chin fall to your chest. Look down to your fingertips. This bow is in honor of you. You showed up for you today. You made you important. You put yourself at the top of that priority list. Remember, the more you do for you, your cup will be overflowing, and you can pour from the saucer underneath. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to check out our YouTube channel that you're watching on right now. Throw us a subscribe if you would. Share this if you would as well. We're putting out all of these classes for free so that we can help add value to the world. Right now, I think that's what we need the most. So the more we can share this type of work with our friends and family, the more we empower others around us. And I think the more that we empower each other, we're really going to come out of this whole challenge a lot stronger. Also, one of the things that I have changed for myself because it's important psychologically is I don't call it social distancing anymore. Jay Glazer from the NFL came up with one of the best ways I've heard it described. We are actually physically distancing, yet socially connected. Here we are, blessed, and we have this technology to connect with each other. So I look at it in that sense. Just remember, we are here for you. If you need anything, check out our website, warriorsforlifeamerica.org. And we have our classes on there as well as on our YouTube channel as well. So from myself, Leland Holgate, and everybody here at Warriors for Life America, thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing day. Take care, guys.